Kenya's tech scene is booming. Startups shaping the very future. Welcome to Kenya, the beating digital heart of Africa. From Fintech and Agritech to health, education, and logistics, a tech revolution is reshaping Kenya's economy and catching the world's attention. In this video, we'll explore the innovative startups leading this charge. Meet the minds behind the magic and reveal how tech is transforming everyday lives in Kenya. Trust me, you want to stick around. Hit that subscription button. Tell a friend to tell a friend to turn on the notification bell as we walk through and see just the magic that is happening here on the soil, right, made out of Kenya, in Kenya, proudly Kenyan. Why Kenya? The tech-friendly landscape. So, what makes Kenya such fertile ground for tech innovation? High mobile phone penetration, over 90%. M-Pesa, a world-renowned mobile money system. A young digital savvy population. Government support through initiatives like Konza Metropolis and Ajira Digital.
I try to engage myself with various online opportunities, and I can say that probably the best thing that has happened is because I was exposed to it, and I think I can encourage more and more people to join it. My main reason for joining this particular center was because so that I could earn a living from it. Well, at this particular point, I'm not even dependent on my parents anymore. I can sustain my livelihood, I can cater for my bills, I can cater even for my siblings. Yes, and I'm getting to interact with more and more people and getting to know other various opportunities that are out here.
Investment.
Welcome to Kanza Technopolis, Income Country.
Fintech, redefining money. M-Pesa changed the world, and it was born right here in Kenya. Now, a new generation of fintech startups is pushing boundaries. Tala, providing microloans via mobile. Cheaper cash, cross-border payments made easy. PesaPal, helping businesses accept payments with ease. These platforms are not just about convenience, they are about financial inclusion, giving millions access to credit.
If you look at your report, M-Pesa accounts for a huge chunk of your transactions. But how do you keep track of all your payments? And lastly, the scan to pay option, same as before. Charge an amount on the POS, select M-Pesa Express option, and using the M-Pesa app, the customer can scan the QR code on the POS and follow the steps. You might ask, I have a till number. Why do I need all this? One word, reconciliation. All your payments on one device means you get one dashboard which you can access anywhere in the world to track all your payments. So this gives you better visibility and eliminates accounting errors, which means more time for you to grow your business. Visit pesapal.com to get started.
Mobile banking apps have significantly transformed consumers' access to loans in developing countries. Today, we no longer need to go through the tedious process of filling lengthy paperwork, pledging collateral, or even undergoing vetting. Now, in particular, small and micro entrepreneurs are increasingly turning to mobile lending solutions. Tala is a startup that makes microloans to entrepreneurs in the developing world via a smartphone app. Now, the 5-year-old company allows underbanked banked people in emerging markets to both obtain a credit score and secure a small loan of between $10 to $500 using only an Android smartphone app. Now let's find out more about the app. We are joined in the studio by founder and CEO Shivani Siroya. Very welcome to the studio, especially during this very busy week where the World Economic Forum is going on. But let's talk a little bit about Tala. Basically, it builds a customized credit score. It also offers loans to customers, to those who qualify. So tell us a little bit about your app.
Sure. It's like any kind of consumer application that you would download from the Google Play Store. And so we always try to think of it as we start with the customer. And so we wanted to make our customers' lives incredibly simple, convenient, and instant.
Agritech, tech on the farm. Agriculture is the backbone of Kenya's economy. But now, it's getting a digital facelift. Startups like Twiga Foods, connecting farmers directly to vendors, cutting out middlemen. Apollo Agriculture, providing data-driven loans and advice. iProcure, revolutionizing agricultural supply chains. Tech is boosting productivity, reducing waste, and helping smallholder farmers make smart
Peter Nyonjo is a Kenyan business mogul who co-founded Twiga Foods, a B2B e-commerce company that focuses on food and grocery in the informal retail. Established in 2014, the company connects farmers to food vendors. The company currently has over 100,000 customers and delivers over 600 metric tons of products to over 10,000 retailers every day. Twiga Foods is one of the most funded startups in Africa, raising over 23.2 billion shillings from investors such as Genevieve Capital, Creadev, and Omidyar Networks.
Niambia ile siku ambayo hutaisahau. Mteja pengine alikuja, hakuwa anataka kujiunga na Apollo, lakini baada ya kumshawishi akajiunga, pengine akapata mapato zaidi. Niambie kama kuna story kama hiyo ushaipatana nayo.
Kuna story nimepata karibu 3. Juzi kuna mwenye aliniletea mboga ya sukuma. Huwa tunapeana na mbegu ya sukuma. Akasema hii ndio sukuma ya Apollo. Hata wajui kama hiyo sukuma ilikuwa ya Simlo. Wanasema ni Apollo. Wakanibariki na hiyo mboga, akasema hiyo mbegu ni mzuri.
Signing the MOU one is to show the goodwill that we are having from the county government to extend the services to our farmers. We know that, for example, fertilizer prices have gone up since last year, and there is an opportunity for farmers to possibly access the inputs that are currently not accessible by many farmers. We want to have our wider reach to more farmers within the county to come in and get the services that we are offering.
Cost of fertilizer has gone up. It's about 5,550 kg bag. So that rise in price will impact negatively on our farmers. Maize seeds has also shot up the price.
We are able to know exactly how many trees are on this farm, how they are spaced out, and what is the capacity that the farmer has in terms of utilization. Then whenever we get the call to come and spray, our process usually involves coming to the site. We talk to the farmer about the chemicals they are going to spray, and also the advice.
In rural areas and crowded cities alike, health tech is filling gaps in access and care. m-Tiba, a digital health wallet for affordable, accessible care. Ilara Health, bringing diagnostic tools to low-resource clinics. m-Tiba, Kenya's first licensed e-pharmacy. These innovations are reducing queues, lowering costs,
Get
and
quality
saving lives.
healthcare plans through m-Tiba. Now available through the new M-Pesa app. To access, download the M-Pesa app, sign in with your PIN, tap the Discover icon and select the m-Tiba icon. Select the plan that best suits you and your loved ones and tap Buy Now. Register by entering your phone number and create an account. m-Tiba, affordable and accessible healthcare plans for everyone. Toll free 080-0721-253. or SMS TIBA to 20253.
They say live well. It got me thinking like a wake-up bell. And now I'm wondering about the what and how I'm gonna do to make it right. We got one shot, one life to give it everything we've got. We gotta run this race already on us. There'll never be a better time. It's time to let's go. Maisha yetu bora. Live free. Tuna pepe. Live young. Matawa. Live well.
I started Ilara in the beginning of 2019, and at the time I still remember visiting, to understand the market, visiting small medical facilities around Nairobi, and the quality is shockingly poor. All those facilities do not have any way to perform even a simple blood test. We built Ilara with a goal of bridging this gap in diagnostics while improving the quality of care and bringing more affordable, accessible, and accurate diagnostics here. The devices that we place are not the big, old-fashioned lab devices. They are devices which are plugged into this. The same way the laboratory machines, which used to be big, become now smaller, plugged into a phone.
With a health information superhighway through the National Client Registry (CR), National Health Data Dictionary (NHDD), and the National Shared Health Records (SHR).
We have developed the digital health bill. We want this data of our patient to be accessed where the patient has given the rights to the facility to access that data. So this data will be stored in what's called the patient registry.
These systems are expected to drive critical reforms in health service delivery.
As Concept and Policy, we've provided that cloud compute environment, which now ensures that the systems are able to interoperate and therefore provide a more synergistic approach to digitization of the health system.
EdTech, digital classrooms in the cloud. Kenya's young minds are the future, and education is evolving first. Elimu, interactive learning apps for students and teachers. M-Shule, AI-powered SMS learning for primary students. Kidato, an online school for personalized learning. COVID-19 accelerated digital learning, and these startups stepped up to keep education going. Anywhere,
on the school
anytime.
website, you'll find a tab named SIS, that is Student Information System. Click on that tab. You already have your username and password. Log in. When you get to your account, go to Learning. Under Learning, you will find homework, you will find timetable, you'll find resources, you'll find schedules. Under that, click to Homework. And right there, you will find links to your classes. You will meet your teacher teaching math there. You will meet your teacher teaching Kiswahili there. You'll meet your teacher teaching English language activities there. You'll meet your teacher teaching science and agriculture. You'll meet your teacher in the farm teaching. So please be sure to log on, follow the classes as they proceed. The timetable is out. It is online. Please make sure you follow the online timetable. I will be checking, and from my end, I'm able to see who is attending the lesson and who is not attending the lesson. If I realize you're not attending the lesson, I call your mom or I call your dad and I tell them your child is not attending the lesson. And anytime you are attending the lesson, the system will automatically mark the register and I will know your attendance to the lessons. The homework and the assignments will also be posted. We'll be sending guidelines to you on how you can submit and how you can key in your report so that the teachers can touch base with you. Otherwise, we are glad that the digital lesson is here with us. We are able to stream videos and classroom sessions to you through your child's portal. And maybe in a week or so, we should be able to have our Waridi TV channel and Waridi radio channel.
Young learners learn lessons on computer tablets at Lehele Primary School in Kenya's Wajir County. They are using an app called M-Lugha, which translates lessons in English and Swahili, the two main languages of instruction in Kenya, into other native languages. The app developers put the software on solar-powered tablets for learners who have no ready access to electricity.
Because of that connectivity issues, we made the app offline, which means you don't need internet to access it. And then we also have portable solar panels to also charge the tablet.
Enhancing safety and digital payments. By using data, apps, and automation, these startups are smoothing Kenya's supply chain wrinkles. Apps and automation. These startups are smoothing Kenya's supply chain.
Kwa majina mimi naitwa Njoroge Mwirori Waweru. Mimi nafanya kazi ya delivery hizi za chakula na pia parcels, kwa tunaziita manual deliveries. Anafanyia biashara hiyo kazi ya delivery hapa upande wa Kasarani na Roysambu. Hii kazi kwa sasa tangu hii serikali ianze haijakuwa mzuri, kazi imekuwa chini, mapato imekuwa kidogo. Kwa sababu ya kwanza, kama kwa mfano mafuta, unaona saa hizi imepanda bei. Na ndio siku hizi utengeneze angalau 1500 inakubidi utumie mafuta ya shilingi 500. Kwa sababu oda zingine ni zinaenda masafa, na ukienda huko kwenye unapeleka kama ni Ruiru, huko hakuna kazi, inakubidi urudi pande hii ya Kasarani, na hiyo sasa ni kuchoma. So kwa saa hizi naweza sema kazi haiko mzuri. Mbeleni ilikuwa sawa, tulikuwa tunafurahia, lakini kwa saa hizi ukisikiza hata wengine nasikia wanalia tu.
Bring up the last company in this section with some music, I guess, is Lorry Systems from Kenya.
When you purchase a product or good in Africa, you're paying a lot more than you should. Why? Because of logistics. This is an issue that I've lived and breathed in from the time I was born. Being from South Africa, traveling, working across the continent, this is something all of us in this room face. If the costs were at parity with the United States, you'd be paying up to 1/3 of the price that you're paying for many of your core commodities. Cement, fertilizer, grains. It's massive. The logistics system's broken. Let's take Cargill, for example. Cargill, when they're trying to move goods from Nakuru to Eldoret, they're contracting with 20 trucks. From those 20 trucks, 15 finalized terms. From those, 5 actually agree on prices and 2 show up. Why? Because there's no flexibility or centralized coordination in the system. Now let's look at the transporters or the truckers. The truckers are empty or idle 93% of the time. Why? Again, because there's no centralized coordination or flexibility in the current system. If an issue arises, then externalities such as a mechanical failure, rain, delays, your truck's idle for days. We're often seeing in the system that trucks are waiting for 3 days on the loading for a journey that takes 12 hours and then 3 days on the offloading. Again, this is the huge pain point we all face. So now, here we introduce Lorry. Lorry is powering African logistics. We are a tech-enabled logistics optimization solution that provides this flexibility and centralized coordination. Any point of the journey, we're there. So if your truck is delayed or for some reason it's raining at the port and you can't load, we will redirect the truck heading to that ship to a warehouse. We'll then redirect
attention and investment. The world is watching Kenya. Nairobi is now known as the Silicon Savannah. The big players like Google, Microsoft, Visa, and Amazon are investing. Local VC firms and angel investors are growing first. In 2023 alone, Kenyan startups raised over 500 million US dollars in funding.
60 Minutes Overtime.
Africa is no stranger to challenges. Now the continent has a major jobs crisis on the horizon. That's because Africa is home to the youngest, fastest growing population on the planet. According to the United Nations, 1 in 4 people on Earth will live on the African continent by 2050, and these people will need to work. In Kenya, President William Ruto is banking on technology as the answer. But how countries like Kenya try to create jobs, and whether those jobs will pay a living wage, will be a challenge of the next quarter century.
This is kind of the norm here.
The need for jobs, employment, is acute across the continent, and that's one of the things we've tried to help is to grow the economy here in Kenya. Kenyans are very...
We spoke with Meg Whitman, who was, until recently, the U.S. ambassador to Kenya. It's no coincidence that President Joe Biden tapped Whitman, the former CEO of both eBay and Hewlett-Packard, to be America's representative to Kenya. The leading technological and innovation hub of East Africa, Kenya is positioning itself not as a Silicon Valley, but as the Silicon Savannah.
There's a robust venture capital community here, and then some very good universities. So it's growing rapidly. Jobs are being created in technology, everything from full-stack code engineering to business process outsourcing, to call centers, all kinds of things. Silicon Savannah is very real. It is anchored by M-Pesa, which was the grandfather company here that launched Silicon Savannah in many ways, sort of like HP in Silicon Valley.
We traveled to Kenya in 2015 to report on M-Pesa, a pioneering mobile money transfer service. M-Pesa began Kenya's push into technology and innovation in 2007.
So you go into M-Pesa?
We spoke to Bob Collymore, then the CEO of Safaricom, Kenya's largest cell phone provider. Safaricom started M-Pesa as a way for people to send and receive money through texting without needing a bank account.
It is often referred to as Kenya's alternative currency.
You're texting money.
You are effectively texting money.
How sophisticated is the phone that you use for M-Pesa? Is it a smartphone?
No, it's the cheapest phone you can have. It was designed to work at the lowest level of technology.
We watched as people around the country used M-Pesa to pay for everything, from taxi rides to new cows, even clean solar energy.
It sets the room all over.
People don't buy a packet of cigarettes, they'll buy a cigarette. People don't buy a tube of toothpaste. If you go into the slums, you'll see people buy a squeeze of toothpaste. And so you have to operate at that micro level.
It's no longer just the micro level. Today, M-Pesa is used across Africa. According to the company, the platform enabled more than 28 billion transactions in 8 countries this fiscal year, amounting to more than $310 billion. M-Pesa isn't alone in making Nairobi a tech capital. There are places like the Innovation Center iHub, which helps tech entrepreneurs grow their ideas. There are companies like the Nairobi-based Ushahidi, a nonprofit that leverages data for crisis response and election monitoring around the globe. And there's investment. This year, Microsoft and the UAE-based AI firm G42 pledged $1 billion toward expanding Kenya's digital ecosystem. But growth like this can have its shortcomings. As we reported this week on 60 Minutes, American tech giants like Meta and OpenAI have been contracting middleman companies.
The future of Kenya's tech ecosystem. What's next for Kenya? AI, machine learning, and big data solution. Green tech for sustainability, blockchain for transparency, more women-led startups. Kenya's youth are not waiting for the future, they are building it. From farm to cities, classrooms to clinics, Kenya's tech scene is more than a boom. It's a movement, a testament to resilience, creativity, and boundless potential of Africa's innovation. Like, subscribe, and share if you believe in the power of tech to change lives.